This podcast is brought to you by our Anime Addicts. If you want to support the podcast, get all of our extra content, you can go over to our Patreon page or our website, AAAPodcast.com. Support the show. You're going to get all of our extra content. In the Hobby Addicts today, we're going to be talking video games and Stranger Things, so check that out. And also, of course, you're going to be getting our hentai episodes as well. So again, head over to Patreon or our website, AAAPodcast.com. Help out the show in 2026, and you'll be getting lots of extra entertainment. And now it's time to start the show.
Get ready! You're about to listen to the Anime Addicts Anonymous Podcast. Make your anime addiction worse at AAAPodcast.com. And now, here are your anime addicts.
Welcome back to the podcast, episode 811, and welcome back to me as well. Welcome back, Mitz. Oh, thank you for having me. Oh, you're welcome, of course. We'll have you anytime. We're here to make your anime addiction worse on the podcast today. I'm a bald man, and I'm joined by a woman who's not bald.
Yeah, I have enough hair for both of us.
That's right. It's Pancake.
Pancake.
Indeed. How are you?
And I'm great. Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why is that?
I'm here with both of my husbands. What's better than that? Nothing.
It's Andrew. How you doing, Andrew?
Andrew.
I just want to say that you didn't give the 30-second warning. You broadcasted my shame potentially, and I don't even know if that's all going to show up on the podcast. But it's me. I'm going to deal with it anyway. It's Andrew.
It's your boy. All right, well, we're back on the podcast here in 2026, so we're happy to have all of you that are listening and watching wherever you're tuning in from. If you're, at the scuba diving and your little earbuds, that's cool. The gym. I like the gym. I think that's the move, okay? So when you're dragging that sled across the gym and you're sweating, listen to my voice, and we'll get through it together. We are live on YouTube on Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern. We're also on twitch.tv, so you can check us out over there. So please don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast, and that way you'll know when we're broadcasting. We're also on pretty much all the social media that you can get access to, and our Discord, of course. We make it easy for you with a URL. It's AAADiscord.com, where there's lots of stuff going on. Anime Club every other Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And live on January 7th, they're going to be doing a Secret Santa discussion on the Discord. So if you want to, those of you listening live, if you want to go on the Discord for the January 7th Secret Santa, all participants are going to be talking about what they got in their Secret Santa exchange, which is, to my knowledge, where fans of anime recommend shows to each other, which is very cute, cute thing to do. Before I talk about what we're going to do on the podcast today, Pancake, would you like to make yourself useful and grab me a monster of your choosing out of the Sonic the Hedgehog drink fridge that's behind me? Thank you very much.
I guess.
Yes, you can do it. She's reaching back, live on camera. Yes, indeed. Okay, she's opening it, and she has reached for. It's a peach monster. Let me have. Oh, as she bumps her mic horribly.
It's ultra peachy keen.
Are there actually other flavors in there, or is it just the peach one?
He had 2 left.
And I also have a
knife to threaten me with.
I also have a Stars Resident Evil replica knife from Resident Evil 4. It's Leon's knife, and I'm going to open my monster with it. That's right.
Don't cut yourself.
Yeah, probably. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Fantastic. Live on camera.
Oh, my gosh.
This is a serious knife. I don't know if it's actually usable, but you can see it says Stars on the blade, and I could probably cut someone's head off with this. The blade is like a whole
foot. You'd have to sharpen it first, but yeah.
It's pretty sharp. Yeah. The blade's 10 inches long. I could definitely impale somebody. Anyway, that's enough of that. What are we doing on the podcast today? Well, indeed, it's time for 2026 winter picks. So it's very exciting. Pipe down, children. The children, they're like, oh my god, I want more free run. They want who's going to pick the ecchi shows this time. That's really what they're concerned about is the ecchi shows. So.
No, they're not. They know who's going to pick them.
I don't think that's ever been.
Listen, woman, I'm going to drink my peach monster.
Hell yeah, you are. Drink that thing.
I think at this point he's just rubbing it in my face. He's actually went out of his way to buy orange monsters here a couple times, and all I can think about is pounding 400 milligrams of fucking monster to my dome. Like, I just want caffeine.
Coping and seething.
So sorry. When you're pregnant, you can't do anything fun. So that's just life, okay?
Just watch him.
Not only that, you have kids. Roundhouse kicking you in the ribs in the middle of the night. It's like the worst. So we're also going to be doing a review on Gachiakuta. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about it.
Oh, really?
Honestly, yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get to that much later in the show, but I tell you what, it takes a long time to get through these picks episodes where I will make fun of everybody, and it's time to start the show.
おー、大ニュースです。It's time for big news of the week.
All right. I don't know if I should play the sad piano music or not. Here it is. One Punch Man Season 3 Part 2 was announced for 2027. You know what I need, actually? I need like a sound effect of someone shoveling dirt onto a grave. That would be better. So the 12th and final episode of One Punch Man Season 3 ended with the announcement that there's 2 cores. Oh my god. It's so exciting. Yeah, right. Yeah. Produced by JC Staff, yeah, et cetera, et cetera. Does anybody give a shit? That's really why I put this here. I just want to get a temperature check. Andrew, do you give a shit?
No, honestly, I get why contractually these things have to be separate cores, because obviously that's what you do. But in reality, if you're going to have a whole year in between seasons, it's basically season 4 at this point, right? Even if it's not done as such, it's essentially season 4, because I get it if there's like a season in between, but a whole ass year, you're just basically making a new season.
Yeah, I wish they would stop with the part 2 bullshit. I don't really care about
Such
this
a hater.
either, but I do like the memes going around about the lack of frames. Like,
Animation, bitch. Have you ever done it?
yeah, there's one going around talking about how in the Chainsaw Man Reze movie, the dance sequence has more frames in it than the entirety of One Punch Man Season 3.
This is just I feel bad for fans of the series. I mean, it's just a sinking like ship at this point. I mean, so One Punch Man Season 3, the first part of it, has a very lovely 4.7 on Mal. Probably because people are just so fucking furious at this point that like they just probably review bomb the shit out of this anime. They're so angry at it. Your brother was bitching about this before it even came out. We were in Japan and he was complaining about it.
Was he?
Oh yeah, yep.
What was he saying?
He said it looked like dog dicks. I think is what he said.
Which is so sad because One Punch Man Season 1 was such a fun time and it had such a banger OP.
Yeah, One Punch Season 1 has an 8.5 on Mal. There it is, right? One Punch Man Season 2 has a 7.5 on Mal. There it is right here. And then, so we're going downhill. We're going from an 8.5 to a 7.5 to a 4.6.
That's insane.
You know, I would say we can only go up from here. I just don't give a fuck. Look, I was a great Saitama cosplay. You know, I can peck pop. I got biceps. I'm bald. You know, but it's just not enough. You know, so I don't have much loyalty to One Punch Man. So, but this article did have like 10 times the amount of comments on it from compared to roughly anything else I saw from the prior week. So people are fucking furious.
What are some of the comments?
You want to go through the comments?
Oh, I love reading comments. That's like the best part of like reels or anything.
Let me see if I can.
People being angry.
It may not be worth reading, and we obviously have 1,000 things to get through here. But let's see.
OPM has become the biggest meme in all of anime. I honestly doubt another year will change the animation quality that much.
Yeah, this person says, until there's a studio change from JC Trash, I will never watch the anime again.
No.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? No. Wait. Whatever the fuck that means. So fans might get 12 more episodes they won't like, ? Damn, it's just people are just in here. Your second helping of shit will arrive late. Wow, it's just bad. The suffering never ends. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my, I hope the studio will make better animation with such long gap between part 1 and part 2.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Stop, he's already dead.
Yeah, One Punch Man,
Stand by!
yeah, there's nothing we can do for One Punch Man. It's dead.
Bad.
It's dead, and at this point, if anybody actually falls for it and watches another season, well, that's really just your own fault. All right, Andrew, what do you got?
So yeah, my news is that Comiket, the big, doujin manga event in Japan, basically just celebrated its 50th anniversary.
Wow.
Last year technically at the end, but end of the year, basically December 30th and 31st. The big Comiket event at the Tokyo Big Site, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
It just celebrated its 50th anniversary. The first event was in 1975. It's been going on for a while. Like, I think a lot of different creators have come out of this space. And if you've ever watched the anime Gachiakuta, you've seen, and there are probably a few others, you have seen this event represented in anime before. So I thought it was just like a fun little news that I got from NHK, the NHK, not Anime News Network or anything. I went because the news was so mostly just like, it's the end of the year. News is kind of like a little bit out. There's not much. It's just announcements of what's coming up next. So let's see what was happening on the NHK. And I typed in anime, and what was the other one? The Japan Times hasn't written about anime in like 2 years. It seems the last one was in 2023, or 2.5 years even. It was June, and the NHK talked about Comiket. So hell yeah, 50 years of Comiket. Here's to 50 more.
Yeah, for people that don't know what Comiket is, I mean, like, this is an anime convention that has over 1 million attendees. I mean, it's a big deal over the course of the weekend. So crowded as hell. I've been there one time, and I will never go. I'll never go again.
And crazy cosplays. Sometimes some of those crazy cosplays you used to see out of the fandom used to come from Comiket, like some really crazy ones. Western cosplay is basically caught up and maybe even surpassed, but back in the day in like the 90s and 2000s, if you saw some crazy cosplays, they were usually coming out of Comiket.
All right, Pancake,
awesome.
I put something in here for you just because we've got a whole another year under our belt, and you know what? You want me to just do it for you?
We have
I know numbers are hard.
the top manga series.
Oh, you just slapped my ass. This is the top manga
You want me to
sales.
slap your ass?
This is the top mangas that were by sales in 2025. You don't have to read them all. I would just go. I don't know. Take a look at the top and.
So, top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Starting at number 5, we have Kingdom.
I gotta watch Kingdom. It
looks
can't
bad though.
not after season 1. It can't be ignored. It gets 9s every season. It's one of the top
Isn't
mangas.
Mason watching it right now?
I'm not sure.
What
I don't know.
heard?
That would surprise me considering it's shown and Mason doesn't usually like it, but could be wrong. I don't know, but yeah.
But it's historical. He might like it because it's historical.
That's true.
And I think he likes Chainsaw Man. Anyway.
Which is not on here.
So we got number 5, Kingdom. Number 4, Blue Lock.
3 million.
Number 3, Don to Don.
3.5 million.
Number 2, Jujutsu Kaisen.
4 million.
And number 1, One Piece.
Oh God, 4.2 million. Jujutsu Kaisen almost edged. It just barely lost out to One Piece as the top manga last year.
And it won't next year or this year because it's done.
Yeah.
7 out of the 10 of these are shonen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only 7? I thought it was all of them, to be honest.
Well, we got Kusuriya no Hitori Goto, so that's Apothecary Diaries, and then we've got on Blue Box. What the hell is this? I don't know.
True, that is more shoujo-ish, shonen-y, romancy.
We got 2 shoujos on here.
2 shoujos. Wow.
What's Kaoruhana wa Rin
That's
Susaku?
Fragrant Flower.
Yeah, Fragrant Flower.
Oh, wow. I didn't think it was selling
Number
that
10. It was number 10.
Wow, you're so happy now. Woo! Girl mangas. All right.
It's funny. I was on that review. I think I remember the name.
Well, the name is not great, not even in Japanese.
All right. Well, it's time for us to do our impressions, or not our impressions, sorry. That's to do our winter 2026 selections. This takes quite a long time to do, so we should get started on it. We're going to pick, the way that this works every season for us is everybody that's on the podcast has selected a few anime. We are going to be watching 2 to 3 episodes of each of these and deciding as a group if we want to do reviews on them or not. We're only going to pick 6 out of 21 shows to do reviews on, which is not very many. But we only have so many weeks in a calendar quarter, right? And then we let the listeners choose the final 3, so which brings us to a total of 9 shows. And we're going to run through all of these with you here. So this is basically a rundown of the spring 2026 season. So if you hear anything that you think sounds good, just write it down, and you'll be able to check these shows out here because some of them have already even started. So they're already viewable. So, Andrew, you want to kick us off? And I'm going to play the trailers of these while we talk about them.
Make sure there's none from X, Y, or Z company. Otherwise, they're going to do some weird things to the video.
Of course they will.
All right. So the number 21 pick is Chain Soldier Season 2, which is the second season of Chained Soldier, which I know nothing about, essentially. Apparently, a kid is sent to a different world and has a whole bunch of women that follow him. Have any of you watched the first season?
I watched part of season 1.
I didn't watch this.
Just the first few episodes for the impression, and it was okay. It was supposed to be an ecchi show, like a harem ecchi, and it just didn't have really much of that going on. And I was like, well, where is all the ecchi? Like, this just looks like like an isekai fantasy action show, which is fine. But I think I was looking for the ecchi, so I didn't see any.
Yeah, the first season has a pretty low score, I guess. This was chosen by Otaku Cop, so he might have really enjoyed the first season.
He would.
And
there's no horse.
Thus,
what the fuck?
I mean, maybe it's leading towards horse girl stuff.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
He only wants the horse girls. I mean, who can blame him? To be honest. But anyway, yeah.
So not much to say there. It is done by Pony Can. Oh no, that's producer. It is by Passione. Isn't that a hentai studio?
I thought it was.
Well, we can take a look at that. Passione has done. I mean, they've done not. I mean, not really. They did the recent Spice and Wolf.
It just sounds like it should be a hentai studio,
like a fancy hentai studio.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's got passion in the name, but they did Ishizoku Reviewers. That's kind of a hentai sort of, but they also have a lot of non-hentai on here.
Damn, that came out a long time ago.
That show's fucking wild. Yeah. That's worth watching for sure. All right.
Yep. Next up.
I can't imagine this is gonna pass. And by the way, people, we started like the picks that we the first ones here are kind of the ones we don't think are gonna be good. I guess. All right, Pancake.
Next up, we've got Dark Moon: The Blood Altar.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about that?
Not a whole lot.
Well, here, I'm bringing the page up before you here so you can see it. Dark Moon: The Blood Altar, done by Studio Troika.
Yep.
So Studio Troika, they've done quite a few stuff, but it's It's a lot of the same stuff all over and over again. Idolish 7. I love
Idolish 7.
They did Bloom Into
really?
You. Do you really?
The first season? Oh, the music in that one is so much fun.
Oh wow.
Really?
Okay.
It's a music show. Yeah. The story itself got kind of boring as it went along, and the main character is literally a blank slate. But the songs, I did enjoy the songs basically a lot in that first season.
People can get you with a song, can't they?
Oh yeah, for sure. Music is quite affecting as a emotional resonance thing, as I say words.
So basically, this follows a young girl, and she has to hide her superhuman abilities to avoid getting mistaken for a vampire. She's been accused of having been one since childhood because of a friend's death in an academy.
What kind of superhuman abilities are we talking about, I wonder? We have heterochromia eyes in the trailer.
You love heterochromia
No,
eyes.
it's so fucking stupid. Like, I can't. Man, what? People must love it though, because it's just not going away. Look, if you have heterochromia, you're not going to have like a blue eye and a yellow eye, probably. I mean, that's.
So what stuck out to you when you picked this Pancake?
Did Pancake pick this shit?
Did I pick it?
This is your pick. This is your pick. Yeah.
It must be pretty.
It
must be pretty low down.
Yeah.
I just picked it because it had tags that I was okay with.
Mm-hmm. They said if you're a fan of Twilight, you might like this. You might like this anime.
Yeah, she basically rolls into an academy and makes friends, and the academy is full of like werewolves, vampires, and
minotaurs.
Yeah.
Are there any minotaurs?
Probably as a side character.
Hey, girl.
They like can't enter whatever, and she makes friends, and we'll see what ensues.
Okay. I mean, you had me at Vampire Girl. I was like, oh, like just push me down on the bed and bite me.
Doesn't say that she actually is a vampire.
I don't care. Just pretend like you're a vampire. All right.
But we'll see.
Next up on the list,
oh god,
probably the top show of the season. That's right. It's Ichigo Aika.
Lower pick.
Listen,
it's your lowest pick.
It's number 19.
Listen, I get everything. I get everything I want when I do the picks because I pick shit that no one else does. So, listen.
Is that a win or a loss?
It's a huge win for the fans. Okay, because I am a man of the people. Okay, I respect all peoples. Okay, not just the shonen lovers or the elitists or the girlies that like shoujo. I'm here.
Gooner.
I'm here for the gooners. I'm here for the men that want to whip out their stuff and furiously pound on it until they're satisfied, okay? So that's why I picked Ichiko Aika, Zatsude, Namaiki na imoto to wakare nenai. I fucked that up so bad. Strawberry Elegy. This is a hentai. It's a hentai ONA that was listed with the rest of the shows on my anime list. So, hey, by rules, I say it's fair game, okay? So, there's no synopsis. It's done by Studio Troika. Oh, sorry, not Studio Troika. Studio Hokiboshi, who did that Fireman anime that came out a while ago that you guys may or may not know about, where the guy like rescues the girl from the burning building.
I remember that.
Yeah, so it's like a soft hentai, one of those like, you know, like there's boobs in it and a couple lovemaking scenes, but it's not too graphic. So, from director Puta.
Ew.
Puta Kono, I swear to God, who's done a couple of different hentais in the past, and it's a touching, warm-hearted story of a girl getting picked on in school and her brother that stands up to the bullies for her, based on a manga. Beautiful story, timeless.
Now, are they brother and sister,
or
are they half brother?
Are they step
brother, sibling?
We'll find out.
Always the step.
We'll find out. Okay. This one starts on January 5th, so tomorrow it will be out, and you guys will be able to, sample it for all that it's worth.
You know, and Andrew, I think, sadly, we are on the episode where we are...
Well, of course we are.
Impressing.
I am the one... I always end up watching these. Thanks, Mitz. I always end up watching.
That's right.
I know, me
That's
too,
right.
and I'm just like, ugh. Jesus.
God, just lube them up and slap them around.
Oh, the crazy thing is there's 2 of these shows this
Yes,
season.
there are.
I know,
baby.
we're gonna have to watch 2 of them, Andrew.
That's right, baby.
One of them is likely to get passed.
That's right. One of them will get picked. The men will see us through. That's right. Okay. Next up, a show that I'm less interested in than that one. Trigun Stargaze. Why do they keep doing this to us? Speaking of like franchises that have the dirt on their grave, in my opinion. Trigun Stargaze. Lady Emery, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She is a CG lover.
Listen, are you serious?
She loves it.
Listen, you're married to this woman. Tell me what's wrong with her. Go.
She's sexy.
You weren't gonna get anything wrong out of pancake Emery.
I mean, why are you trying to slander my wife?
All right.
Do you want to die?
It's done, but
I think
you wanted to.
I think she chose it because it was more shonen-y.
Yeah.
Adjacent,
She likes action. She likes shonen. She likes kaboom boom fight slashy slash. So that's why she probably picked it.
Okay. So
and she likes CG.
Well, it looks like ass. Okay. So wow. Did you see that girl's face? Wait a second. I'm gonna rewind that if I can here and freeze it on the screen here. Look at that face. Look at that. Look at that.
Looks like she got a turd stuck.
It looks like someone took the top half of her face above her nose and smashed it back. So she's got like a 3-inch overbite. What the fuck is going on with that? Come on, you want to watch that shit? Look how horrible that looks. Come on, Andrew. Look at that feed. Look at the feed. Look at the image I put up there.
I mean,
come on, bro.
This is what, the third season of this show?
It feels like the 10th.
Stargate?
Feels like the 10th.
I haven't watched the first one, and I don't know if I can. I haven't need to watch a whole season of this before I watch the Impression.
There's no way, bro. You won't even survive it. You'll be begging for death.
We have a liar in the chat saying it looks great.
Oh, maybe it's only that frame. Okay, sure. All right, so done by Studio Orange. It's the same studio as before. Masako Sato is the director who's done a lot of Haikyuu stuff. And it is a different director than the first season. The first season was directed by Kenji Muto. Look, I will say it's not the worst thing ever. I watched all of season 1. It's just really intense pseudoscience, techno-babble, sci-fi crap. And unfortunately, some people like that, and that's cool. But for me, unfortunately, this also has a desert setting. So now you've got, like, the desert, like, busted up Western-looking buildings and shit, and then all of a sudden it's, like, the year 5,500, like, levels, alien resurrection science type shit. This doesn't work for me very well, but who knows? I think people do like this. The last season had, like, a pretty decent review, so. Andrew, what do you got next?
Yeah, I got the Holy Grail of Eris. So essentially, rich people suck, and she's the one good rich person, and she has to deal with all the manipulative rich people, is the impression I got from this. And I did pick this because it did seem like a really stupid, interesting concept. And you know how I hate rich people, obviously, because they suck. But, and how I've been very anti-capitalist, apparently, on this podcast.
Did someone say that?
Say,
we don't really discuss it, so I doubt that's true.
No. I just inside conversations, I bring up capitalism a lot as a problem in society.
You know, it's not a problem.
But,
this chick's rack. Look at this. Is this a hentai?
I mean, yes.
Look at this rack.
No.
It is massive.
It is done by Ashy Productions, who's done a lot of things from like the 80s and 90s, it seems. This isn't even that big of a rack, Mitch. Chill.
How do you hold that? How do you hold that sucker up? Corset?
I don't know. Ask the girls in High School of the Dead. They have probably. Well, she's definitely wearing a corset for sure.
Oh yeah.
Good lord. Just okay.
Strapped in.
All right, I'm gonna hit play again. Go ahead. Continue.
But if the titties aren't doing the whole like asymmetrical boob bouncing thing, what's the point?
I somewhat agree.
Can you shoot a bullet through them titties? Is what I need to know. I don't think so. I think the show's going to be fine. There's a lot of women in it and a lot of different rack sizes. And it's mostly about, essentially, do you have to change who you are as a person to be in the world that you exist in? Or can you force the world to bend around you? That's what I assume this is going to be, but it's probably going to just be fluffy and boring. I hope I am disappointed in a good way.
Well, look, if you want my opinion off the trailer, it looks like another one of these villainous anime, which is another one of this season. How do they keep getting made? They're all.
Oh, I think it's reverse villainous anime.
But they're so bad, Andrew. They're Sir Friggy. I implore you, they are bad. They are just not good.
I mean, to be fair, the last one that I was the one who ended up picking was, or I ended up wanting to pass was, Please Let Me Hit You.
So this is your fault.
Please One More Thing. That one seemed like a lot of fun comparatively to this one. And I don't actually watch the trailers before I pick any of my animes.
I don't
My
either.
selection process is very much I read the synopsis and if something sticks out to me, it goes on my list, or I fill out my list with whatever I have to fill out my list with. It was, if you can tell, if this being one of my picks, it wasn't a very Friggy-centric season.
That's fair. There was not.
Yeah, this looks like a Caroline pick.
Not a scrap of mecha. What the fuck is that about?
Well, yeah, definitely. That would have been picked for sure.
We are just starving for mecha. If mecha fans were metaphorically placed in the world, they'd be skin and bones. They haven't eaten in ages. It's just ribs everywhere. We're playing music on them. I'm hungry. I need to eat. Fridgie's dying here. He needs to eat, people.
I do. Feed me, I'm hungry.
All right,
Oh my God.
All right, what's next?
We have the Darwin Incident.
The Darwin Incident.
By Belknox Films?
I looked it up. It's a new studio.
Okay. I was like, I have not heard of that one before. But basically,
Look at this
an
Look at this fucking monkey guy.
An eco-terrorist organization rescues a pregnant chimpanzee, which then gives birth to a half human, half chimpanzee.
What?
A human Z.
Wait a second.
Human.
A chimpanzee gives birth to a half human?
Yes.
Does that mean someone
Yeah.
did the nasty with the chimpanzee? Wow.
I'm not sure if they did the nasty or what, but his name is Charlie. 15 years later, he's going to go start school, and he makes a friend named Lucy, and there's been, the eco-terrorist alliance has gotten more extreme, and we're going to have probably,
Who picked this?
animal rights. A couple people had it on their list,
Raggedy.
actually.
I'm not going to lie.
Raggedy.
It could be interesting.
I'm not gonna lie. This looks pretty good. I like that it has an interest. Look, as pretty much a half furry, I feel attacked that they would feature someone sticking their wiener in a chimpanzee. But beyond that, unique concept. The trailer is pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the character designs. I don't know how I feel about the half chimpanzee dude. He's kind of tough to look at, honestly. It's not really my thing, but it looks cool. Hopefully, it's not going to be like a Zonkyo no Terror where it looked good and then ended up being super mid. I don't know. I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, it should be interesting. We'll definitely be checking this
I'm
one
gonna
out.
put a pin in that.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, Raggedy picked it. It was definitely going to be on my list, but I saw it was pretty high on a lot of people's lists, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you metagame
or at
the
least
list?
really decently.
Is this an admission of
Yeah, of
guilt?
course.
Oh.
Yeah. I try to force us to watch random things. That's what I do.
All right. Let's see. Did anybody else have this at near the top of their list? I'm trying to see. No, it doesn't look like it.
I had it number 5.
Okay, you did.
I thought it was higher. I remember putting it lower because I thought it was definitely getting picked.
There's definitely one anime on this list that got absolutely snubbed by the rest of you, and I'm gonna let you have it when we get
And it's
to it.
only numbered. Oh, snubbed. Interesting.
Snubbed. Yes, right.
Interesting.
All right, you're up, Frigimon.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You
Oh,
crazy
yeah, I know what
person.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So this is let's see, number 15 on the list. So Scum of the Brave. Essentially, it is a underworld anime involving high school students, and the main character basically has a whole bunch of they're crime bosses essentially in the world, and from based off the photo, he probably takes a bunch of kids under his wing and he has them do some crime stuff. This wasn't my pick. This was picked by Mason, so he probably picked it due to some esoteric aesthetic choice where it's probably going to do something weird. This is done by OLM, so they're a
good studio.
Known studio, so it's probably going to look good. They've done a lot of different things over the years.
This anime does some shit with the characters. I just can't. I have the video frozen. I hate these eyelashes on characters.
The eyelashes. It's not the cross eyes.
No,
inside
it's
the
these
eyes?
fucking eyelashes. Look at
you
them.
don't like them?
They look what? I don't like them. I don't like them. This girl's eyelashes look like my chest hair. Flat out of control. Like she needs to go to somewhere badly. Like look at them. Her eyelashes look like her eyebrows. That's how just it's like I just crawled out of like the TV show alone level of eyebrows, eyelashes. You're yawning at me. Okay, we'll move on then.
Oh, that wasn't a yawn. That was me. That was an exhalation of air.
I don't know if you guys like this. To me, this design is incredibly.
I have no issue with that.
It looks unattractive to me. I think.
I don't really like when they do the blonde as much.
Well, I don't like any of it, but they're using this style a lot now, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It gives more volume to the image, obviously.
And the guys don't have it, by the way. It's just the girls, which I think is weird because I don't know. Anything else here?
Mason's pick. I think when I was on my list, it wasn't high. I don't even think I put it on my list, but I think it was because I saw the 3 girls in the picture and I went. So, we'll see. Sometimes I can be pleasantly surprised once these shows actually air, and the descriptions or synopsises are usually not always the best thing, but we can move on for sure.
I'm getting Banana Fish vibes from that. I don't know why, I just am. All right. Next up, another Caroline special. What is Caroline trying to do to us here? You and I are polar opposites. Picked by Caroline, of course. Studio Lapin Track, who did, in fairness, the Fujimoto Tatsuki 1726 anime, which was pretty good. Directed by Nagatomo Takakazu, who hasn't really directed anything till now, for the most part. So I'm taking a look at this here. It's definitely a rom-com. It's about we've seen this before, honestly. It's about, here, look at this. I'm going to show you guys what's going on here. This guy right here. What does this guy scream to you, Pancake? This black-haired kid. What does his personality look like?
Hikikomori, loser, incel.
He looks like, I don't know, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Generic anime protagonist, variant X or C.
And then you've got this chick. Total mismatch.
Yeah, it's gonna be this bubbly, outgoing, popular girl.
So there's like this chick who's in school who's in love with this guy who sits next to her. They're total mismatches. It's basically going back to like,
what's that one?
Dangers in My Heart.
Yes, I was gonna say Dangers in My Heart. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always about a dude it's never a popular guy getting with a popular girl, which is what actually happens in real life most of the time. This is guy who barely talks to people, ends up with like this girl that would probably never go out with that guy because it would drag down her popularity ultimately. But but that's pretty much what you're getting here.
In his defense, she doesn't look like your typical pretty girl. She looks like the girl who's usually not like the friend adjacent pretty girl.
Yeah, she looks like a side character.
So it kind of fits. Plus, side characters can be interesting, but it's probably going to be a really boring anime for the most part. And formulaic as fuck.
These rom-coms, I'm usually okay watching them until they prove to be not what I want, because I actually do like romance anime pretty well. Like, I thought the Fragrant Flower anime was more than fine.
I just don't like the slapsticky kind of romance shows, I guess, is what I don't like.
Yeah. And this is one of those shows that like you pretty much know isn't really going to go anywhere, because I think this is a shoujo. So it's pretty much just going to like kick rocks for a while. And
yeah, the slapsticky ones need to be shorter in general.
This says
more than anything.
It says shonen on my anime list. That is obviously
it's a comedy romance. So it's a shonen comedy romance. I don't know.
Wouldn't it be a
I
shoujo?
can see it.
Okay.
It could be funny with the slapstick, to be honest. If the romance isn't that much of a focus.
I just thought shonen shows were pretty much the fighting anime, and the shoujo shows were like the cutesy rom-coms. But
no, not necessarily. I mean, some
shoujos... More about the intended audience.
Yeah, because this doesn't look like... Some shoujo fans would probably pick this up, but like for me personally, this is something I would skip. This doesn't hit my shoujo palette correctly.
Either way, I see... Yeah, anyway, we'll see. Maybe it'll be good. I don't really know. But this is called You and I Are Polar Opposites. It's one of your first rom-coms for the day here. So, and back to Friggy. You're just like crushing it.
All over this list.
Yeah. All right. What do we got
here? I tried to split it up evenly as much as possible. I might have messed up, but
no, you're good.
You're doing good.
I tried to split based off of what was picked, what you might want to think. I don't know.
No,
I ended
I
up
like
with a lot
it.
of and I took the rest. Like this, Jigokuraku Season 2, Hell's Paradise Season 2. This is a continuation of Hell's Paradise, which I haven't seen. From what I understand, it's a bunch of people searching for a magical elixir that's probably the elixir of youth or something. And they all have their own reasons for it. And from what I imagine, it looks really good. I think the second, what is it? I think it's the second most anticipated anime of the season, above Jujutsu Kaisen and Oshinoko, which
That's
quite
Wow.
surprised me.
Seems
So,
shocking.
and it's by Studio Mappa, so you know it's actually going to look good more often than not. So yeah, if you've seen the first season, it's the second season. This one was picked by Otaku Cop.
Yeah, he's loving these
So-
like fantasy action. Man, that is crazy. So yeah, the first one had almost the first season of this has almost 500,000 reviews on Mal. I mean, that's a shit ton.
We need to maybe
And it's at a solid
watch
8.
it.
Yeah.
I've already seen it.
Oh, I haven't.
I mean, I thought it was okay. I mean, just to give you an idea, Mason and Caroline have both seen this also, and they didn't even like rank it. Mason had it way down at 7, so he didn't. I don't recall that we liked it that much, but that's probably just me. So, but I'm sure that Emery and Raggedy Dart will love to hop on the shonen fighting train and give this one a view. So, we're back to Pancake.
With
Oh no, we're not. No, we're not. Sorry. Yes, we
Yeah.
are. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Wash it all
It is
away.
Pancake.
Okay, my bad. Wash it all
this
away.
will be Mitsugi's favorite anime of the season.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Okay, wait a second. Am I gonna
actually don't disagree potentially.
wait a second?
It's by.
Is it about bathhouses? Tell me it's about bathhouses.
Close.
Where's my fucking old man bathhouse show?
Nope. It is a story about a girl who owns a laundromat
What?
and listens to people's stories.
You're being sarcastic.
Her cleaning services safeguard
my God.
memories imbued in the customer's precious items.
What?
And she lives in a quiet seaside town away from the hustle and bustle of modern day life.
It's a laundromat? Oh, come on. A
You'll love
laundromat?
it.
A sentakuya?
Yeah.
Why isn't it about a bathhouse? It should be about a
It's
sento.
not, but you know,
Oh my God.
she
This is
doesn't have.
also a new studio.
Yeah.
We should. You know what we need? We need 2 shows. We need a Gouda Zeni style old seinen anime about a bathhouse guy who goes to bathhouses and just like talks to people. Like that's what I want. And then we need one where a man is reincarnated as like a fly and gets trapped inside of a bathhouse. He realizes that he's screwed because he's going to die in this bathhouse. But then he realizes that there's naked chicks everywhere and he's really going to die in heaven. And he's just watching. We need both of these anime. Both of them. Make it happen.
Hey,
watch
the good
Roman
news
one
is
where-
the good news
go
is
ahead.
Mitsugi
Mm-hmm.
is that she does visit bathhouses and she likes to talk to the locals.
Okay. Well,
So
maybe it'll have
maybe-
bathhouses in it.
So maybe there'll be bathhouses in it. But I do want to call out Louis the Cat said my underwear of memories. That's a good name. A good name for this anime, I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know what to make of that.
So,
It's fine.
Andrew, what were you gonna say, my friend?
Oh, I don't actually.
he was your
remember.
Must have been a lie.
I thought Andrew was your husband.
I think
He is my husband.
Well, do you refer to
He
your
can
husband
friend.
as your friend? Okay.
You gotta be friends if you're married.
Are you not
really?
friends? Are you two not
Are
friends?
we not friends?
Listen, I almost just showed my 2025 PlayStation wrap-up year in review on the screen, which we'll talk about in Hobby Addicts, and I played PlayStation for an embarrassing amount of hours.
He wouldn't even tell me.
Yeah, I will tell you in the Hobby Addicts, and if you want the Hobby Addicts,
Okay.
Patreon, if you want to know what a degenerate I am, Patreon, for all you gamers out there. Okay, I'm up next. Yes, I am back. I need some, like, heroic music. Do I have heroic music? I'll find some. So,
Oh my god.
So Mitz's pick, yes, right, number 2 on my list, safely nestled because no one else, let's be honest, no one else has the balls to do it. But I'll do it for you guys. That's right. Does it count if you lose your innocence? But I've seen it also subtitled as, does it count if you lose your virginity to an android? Androido wa keiken ninzu ni hairimasu ka? Done by Studio Neon Pollution. That's
Cat
right.
pollution?
Yes, right. That's right.
Meow pollution?
Meow.
Pollution. That's right. Neon
It's
Pollution.
literally their first anime.
Their first anime ever. Yep. Office lady Akane, who's 28, seems like she's got it all together. She's good at everything. She's admired at work because her colleagues can't see her at home because privately she's a hot mess with an apartment that looks more like a landfill. Good thing she drunkenly ordered a new android named Nadesco, which is also a pretty fun anime, by the way, from the 90s if you haven't seen it, to help her clean up. Well, maybe not very well because the beautiful lady android that arrives is a horny hottie. That's right. Oh my God, a horny. What do you think of that? What do you think about that, Pancake?
Bleh.
What?
Oh my god.
All right. It's a girls love sci-fi erotica about getting more what you bargained for in the mail.
Wow, I get what I want, a girl sci-fi erotica, and you get an anime
Tits.
about a woman
Tits.
washing laundry with memories in them.
That's right.
It looks. Are you sure this isn't just a hentai?
Yeah, it looks like a hentai, like
It's-
a
It
straight up
looks like it's
hentai.
animated like one.
I mean, look at this. I mean, I would take that chick. I mean, to me, this chick is every bit as good looking as Shampoo is from Ramna. She kind of looks like Shampoo.
But is she animated any better?
I don't really listen. If an android, this is the end of humanity. When they're mailing you androids that look like Shampoo from I'm the One Half that are horny, literally humanity will cease to exist within like 2 generations. All right, moving on. So I'm here for you guys. Okay, I continue to plant my flag in the ecchi landfill for you, and I love you. All right, Pancake, you're up.
Next up, we have Hana Kimi, which is done by Signal MD.
Yeah.
I don't know this studio.
Oh, they've done some stuff.
Um,
I'll look it up. I'll look it up for you while you talk.
The synopsis, when I first read it, it's kind of like Ouran High School Host Club, but like a knockoff version. It follows a girl named Mizuki, and she becomes enamored with a guy that she sees high jumping, so much so she follows him to Japan and pretends to be a boy to get enrolled in his school.
What? Wait a second.
Oh yeah. So this is actually This is old school shoujo, by the way.
Yeah.
This is like 90s, 2000s shoujo.
Hell yeah.
I've seen the live action version of this anime. I've seen the live action version way back when in the early 2000s. It is ridiculous, and essentially it's about this. Basically, this girl is being a boy at this school.
Yep.
She's trying to keep her secret.
Yep.
And
They share
maybe
a
some people
dorm.
find out. Yeah, they share. She shares a dorm with another guy. The redhead,
fuck?
the other love interest.
Oh yeah.
And
And
then
he
he has
ma-
to.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
Sorry, I loved watching the live action. When I didn't just realize. I sort of realized later on what this was. It had a really fun outro. Anyway, long story short, it's the live action was really funny. Go ahead, Pancake. I'm stepping up.
No,
Damn, this is a long
she ends
trailer.
up being his roommate. It says in the synopsis, so maybe it's different in the live action.
Okay.
I haven't read this or anything or seen the live
Oh
action.
my god.
But yeah, he's also quit high jumping, and she basically wants to help him become a high jumper. And the school doctor's like onto her, and I don't know. It looks like it could be fun,
So this is one of those shows.
fun, silly shoujo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll give it a try. Like I said, I'm down to try these sorts of shows till they end up being boring as fuck.
I don't think it'll be boring. I mean, unless I look it up.
All right, it won't be boring. We'll see.
I mean, how could it be boring? You see a guy high jump, you become enamored, and then you are like, you know what? I'm going to fake my
Pancake,
gender and join a school.
I've seen like 840 anime. I'd say probably 80% of the shoujos I've seen don't do jack shit for like 17 episodes. Who can sit through that amount of episodes? I can't. I don't have time for that. All right.
Well, this one, what's interesting about this one, it's not that the romance isn't the central part of it. It's one of those things where it kind of happens, but what it is, it's more of a character study on motivations. And anyway, I enjoyed the first season. I enjoyed the live action. The live action was as close as you could get to anime back in like the early 2000s with some of the comedy and the slapstick. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Me too.
But that's just me.
The OP is by Yo Asobi. Yes, it is.
Yo Asobi. Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a good OP.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So the OP is and the ending theme too. They do both of them. So they double.
Whose pick was this? Was this your pick?
Hanakimi. Looking this up. Hanakimi.
Lady Emery.
Lady Emery.
I had
Emery.
it at
Lady
number
Emery.
3, so Lady Emery beat me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she had it at number
think-
3 too.
Oh, you just sucked at rolling dice. She rolled a 19.
I did not. This probably would have been my number 1 pick if I had actually looked at more than the image and just kind of like bypassed it in my mind. Anyway.
You do more than I do. I do even less. All right, go ahead. Take the next one, Andrew.
Whoops. Did I open the wrong video? What? Hold on. I opened the wrong link. Here we go. Jack of all trades, party of none. Essentially, this is one of those like overpowered MC-kun anime where essentially one guy was, I'm really good at being a swordsman, but our party needs to fill a gap, so I'm going to fill the gap. And then you guys think I'm weak? Screw you. I'm just going to go and be a swordsman, but with my enchanting powers now and be really cool. I saw a dude on the image, but it's probably going to just be this one guy and all the women who fought for being very powerful MC-kun. Ooh.
What is with this eye design? Look at this eye design of these girls. This is the kind of shit that just tortures animators. Look at this girl's eyes. She's got like a star in each eye, just like Yoshinoko does, and then she's got like a crown on the bottom of her eyes. Wow, they just cram in all sorts of shit into people's eyes.
This was also my pick. I don't know. This just seems stupid, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Do you
what else
regret
to
it?
pick on this season?
Do you have shame? Are you shaming yourself?
No, we'll see. We'll see.
Come on, I can shame you. I can shame you if you want.
Does this even pass your
It's not an
cover
isekai,
art?
so the test doesn't.
Okay.
The isekai. It's specific.
Are you sure?
My test works specifically for isekai. No, it's not an isekai. It's just
Based on
fantasy,
it's based
which
on
I'm
a light
okay with.
novel.
A lot of things are based off of light novels. To be fair,
Oh.
my test doesn't matter to fantasy because sometimes there's at least one dude on the picture, so other dude on the picture, so it can't be terrible. And usually, a lot of fantasies that are just fantasies seem to be a little bit better than these isekai where it's more of a power fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
The fantasies tend to have a little bit more realism to it. It's as silly as it sounds.
Ah, yes, the classic black-haired main character that's OP and the world will glaze him. Yes, that's right. Thank you for the comment. That's right.
Yep.
And so will I, probably. Yeah,
It doesn't look
Caroline's
too bad.
Caroline will hate this fucking guy because he is just every black-haired protagonist you've ever seen, and all the girl characters look so generic. All right, Pancake, you're up. Another romance show. It's almost like you like rom-coms.
Love through a prism.
Through a prism.
Yeah.
Voice through a mic.
Love
How
through
you
a prism.
like that? You like that?
Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
I'll fucking kill you.
Yes, please get that on. Please get down, girl, on
by
that mic.
By Studio Wit. In the early 1900s, London is where this takes place. A Japanese exchange student travels to England named Lily. She is determined to become a painter. She arrives under pressure because her parents are like, if you don't be the top of your class, you must come home. And then she meets a guy named Kit, and he's an aristocratic student, and he is very talented and determined, and they form a relationship. They have nothing in common outside of their love of painting, but, romance ensues.
I'm not going to lie. This is probably going to be one of the better shows of the season.
I think it
mean,
looks fun. I like it.
Just simply based off of the uniqueness of the character designs. Like, I'm really a big fan. Let me stop the video here. I'm really a big fan when you have characters like that look like this in there.
Like old men?
Well, no, it's just that like rather than just having what I mean for people that are listening on their phones is that when some animes just have the exact same face and they swap out the hair and the eyebrows and stuff like that. This guy has even the shape of his head is different. It's almost like the anime Monster, where you got like the dudes with the big bulbous noses, and then you've got normal faces, and you've got people with they look like humans, like they have variation to their facial features. Is what I'm saying. And this guy doesn't look anything like whoever shows up next, like that girl. They could not look. They look like they're not even from the same planet.
He is a white guy,
studios,
and she's Japanese. That's why this blonde chick also looks very different.
No, I'm just saying that like,
or this redheaded chick.
Wit Studio, interesting character designs. The setting is in Europe. It's probably going to be good. I mean, and it's going to have probably a uniqueness to the narrative that I will appreciate. So that's all I'm saying. I'm marking this. I'm putting a pin in this one. I think this one's going to be possible winner.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm curious how they're going to do like the whole 6-month thing. Like you have to be top of your class or you have to come home. Like how they're going to rectify that.
All right, rectify. Mm-hmm. Interesting choice of words. All right, Andrew, you're up. Number 7. We're getting down there, man. Down.
Fate Strange Fake. This is
gotta be
Raggedy's number 1 pick.
Yeah.
So we're getting into a few people's number 1 picks, but Raggedy also rolled really low and still got his number 1 pick, which is kind of funny.
This is already out, and it has an 8.3 already on Mal.
Yeah, I mean, it's Fate, so people tend to go crazy for Fate. This is done by A1 Pictures, and essentially, if you've seen Fate, there's this thing called the Holy Grail War, and essentially what happens is the European version of what's ever happening for the Holy Grail War try to recreate the whole process, but they don't do it properly, so we get incomplete / imperfect, as they use in the description, version of the Holy Grail War, where there's some strange with no Saber class, which, you know, Saber being the most popular class in the Fate Stay Night universe, the Fate universe, and a bunch of strange servants are summoned because the definition of quote-unquote hero is a little bit looser. So you're probably going to get some weirdos in there. So, and I think this follows essentially the main character is a woman with her servant, and they're going to basically probably win the thing, but it's going to be probably messed up. It's going to hopefully look good because obviously A1 Pictures and it being a Fate series. I mean, A1 can do some good work every now and then, especially when they have something like this. A Fate, but remember, even if it doesn't look good, it works because it's supposed to be imperfect.
Yeah, but but we're chasing the greatness that was UFO Tables, Fate Zero. I mean, that shit was off the chain. I mean, that anime was fucking crazy good, and there's no way they're going to be able to match UFO Table.
Well, no, I mean, Fate Zero, I mean, UFO Table also, you know, they perfected their Fate style, so again, this isn't supposed to be that because it's supposed to be imperfect. Right.
I'm excited.
I don't actually care about this too much, but I'm curious to see what it does.
I've seen pretty much everything that's come out of Fate. That wasn't like I didn't see the Fate Prisma Ilia or whatever, but I've seen pretty much everything else, so I'll probably end up watching this too. All right, next up, we're getting down there here. We're down to number 5. Caroline's got to be Caroline's top pick here. Yep. In the clear.
Oh.
No, sir.
Sorry, you're number 6. You said number 5. We're on number 6, my bad.
In the clear moonlit dusk. This is Caroline's pick here. I'm going to play the trailer for you. If you're watching live, I'm playing all these trailers, every single one of them. So it's done by Studio East Fish, which hasn't done a ton. They did I'm Addicted to You. That was one of the recent things they did, from director Yusuke Maruyama, who is a new director. I didn't check, but I wonder, wouldn't it be crazy if this guy was related to Masao Maruyama? That would be nuts. So based on a manga. So I'm watching the trailer here. It's obviously another romance show. I'm not going to read the synopsis, but you get classmates that are into each other. It looks more like a little bit more like an adult romance show. I mean, they seem a little older, We already got a shot with them laying in bed together. The girl is like a short hair type for the dudes that are listening. So short hair girl. And it's, I don't know, Pancake, what do you think? Yours is a shoujo. So school shoujo.
I didn't have this one on my list, I don't think. But it looked interesting.
The girl was dubbed the school's prince by virtue of her boyishly attractive appearance.
I did read the synopsis for this. This one, it could be good. I don't think it's going to be as fun as the other one. I think it's strange that we have two like boyish girl shoujo type anime this season, but they tend to be kind of fun.
Is this one of these things where like having the girl that pretends like she's a boy makes like a fun boys love element for people who like boys love?
No, it just...
You don't think so? Oh,
the boy adds...
She's pretending to be a
no,
boy,
no, she's just... No, it's
not
more...
in this show, but in the other one she's pretending to be a boy.
No, it's more... So this show is more of like a Yuki from Fruits Basket where he's so pretty, he's like the prince and he's like dressed up in dresses and things. And that adds to fun comedy and like different elements with characters. But the whole dressing like a boy or pretending to be a boy thing just adds humor in a different way a lot of times.
Okay. Anyway, this is called In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, Uruwashi no Yoi no Tsuki, and I am not particularly interested, but then again, it's not my pick. So anyway, next up, it's me again. All right. To be sentenced to be a hero, which is Otaku Cop's number one pick, and for good reason, as I'm fairly certain this anime already is out, and I'm fairly certain it's the highest rated show of the season. So it has an 8.5 already on my anime list, and I've seen this trailer already. It's done by Studio Kai, which did the Skeleton Knight going out to the parallel universe, and also the remake of Captain Tsubasa. It's based on a light novel. The trailer looks fucking badass. I mean, you got to watch the trailer. It's a fantasy show with tons of action and tons of magic, and basically the concept of it is that it's a fantasy world where you don't want to be when you're being punished by society, like you go to jail or whatever. They sentence you to be a hero, and that's like the worst thing that can happen to you in this world, because what they do is they force you to go fight the Demon King or whatever, and then he's going to kill you, and then you get reincarnated immediately, and then you just start over again. You have to go fight again. And so there's all these wars being featured in the trailer, and there's like people shooting like ballistas full of magic at the castles and stuff like that. It just looks neat. And
I like the animation style and the art style.
Obviously, it's already got glowing reviews on the internet, so essentially what I'm saying is this is probably good. So, Sentenced to be a Hero, it's Otaku Cop's first pick, or his number one choice, and looks pretty good. I'm going to put a pin in this one too, because you got to love some of these like well-done action fantasy magic shows, for sure. Pancake, you're up.
Next up, we have Journal with Witch.
Wow, that's a gear shift.
This anime is about a 35-year-old novelist who is not close to her estranged sister, and her sister and brother-in-law pass away, and she has to identify their bodies, and when she's doing so, she meets her 15-year-old niece, and they start living together, and the 15-year-old is having a hard time processing the death of her parents, so she starts journaling, and yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Who picked this lame-ass show? What rube would pick such a show?
Me.
Pancake.
Oh my god, it was you!
Pancake.
I knew it.
It was actually high on my list too. It was actually, I think,
It looks like it could be really
on.
good and touching and like show. I mean, we don't usually have this kind of
introspection
dynamic.
and-
Dynamic introspection. It's interesting
I'm
that
just kidding
it's
you.
a novelist, and then she's like, "Well, you should write about your feelings and like processing grief." And I mean, I know you know, and Andrew, I know you've dealt with passing of people, and I've recently, lost some people too, and It's just grief is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might get another Fune to Amu, which I haven't seen, but I heard good stuff about. Is that what it was called?
That sounds familiar. It's whatever. I don't really care about this one way or the other. I probably won't watch this. It doesn't seem overly interesting to me, but it could be good.
I don't know if I said the studio. It's by Studio Shuka. I don't know this studio.
Studio Shuka. Well, why don't we just pull them up on here and we'll see what they've done. Studio Shuka, you have done your most watched show is 91 Days, which is a pretty old anime at this point. Also Durarara, most of it.
Okay.
Some Natsume Eugene show. Yeah, so people.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, not a whole lot, but all right. Now it's time for my number one pick. We all know it's going to be the best. My number one pick, wait for it, is Medalist Season 2. That's right. And let's see here. Let's just take a moment here. Let's just pause real quick. Let's pause here. We're going to pull up. We're doing this live. Pulling up our anime selection sheet. Okay?
You're giving away what the final picks are, though.
Whatever. Nobody can figure this sheet out. Let's see here. Looking at this. Wow. Nobody. Do my eyes deceive me? Not a single person on here had Medalist anywhere on their list.
I have it on number 5,
okay.
motherfucker.
Number 6. Can you?
Jesus Christ.
Number 6. Can you see it?
Yeah. I have it number 6. I have it pretty freaking high.
All right. So my wife is somewhat based. But what is with everybody else? Nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen.
Because I had no interest in continuing the show. It was
Wow.
fine. I gave it the highest score on the review. I'm just saying, I would rather watch something new than watch a Medalist.
Oh,
Actually, all the things I wanted to watch were season 3s, but in this particular case, Medalist is fine. I just don't know if I really cared to watch more of it. I'll probably end up having to review it, knowing me.
We're going to discuss the season 3s in just a second here. But anyway, Medalist is follow-up of the first season of Medalist, which we got about a year ago.
I'm excited because we're going to have the Winter Olympics coming up.
Yes.
And I think it's good timing with the Winter Olympics to watch the show.
First season had an 8.4. It was done by Studio Engi. And this show is also done by Studio Engi, so not much has changed. I was very surprised by season 1 of Medalist. I thought it was quite good. You know, it was an easy watch, blew right through it in a hurry. And, you know, I don't know what else to say. It was good. I enjoy ice skating. It can be interesting, and they did a pretty decent job with it.
And it's a girls' sports anime that's not bad.
It's a miracle, literally. A miracle, truly. All right. And F the haters. All right, who's up next? Oh, boy, Pancake. It's your favorite anime of all time. Let's do it.
I mean, it's not my favorite anime of all time.
Come on,
I like
you
it.
Just embrace your love.
Okay, whatever. It's your favorite anime of all time.
No, to me, it's the most overhyped anime of all time. But
You're just a hater.
That's true.
The hater of Frieren Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a whole lot to say about it. Continuation
really?
of Frieren. We're headed on a journey to find heaven.
This was 4 hosts' number 1 pick, by the way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
It's a good story. It's a good love story. I like the love story aspect of it. And the world is pretty rich.
Done by Studio Madhouse.
Oh, and I like Madhouse. Madhouse is one of my favorite studios.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's only, only 10 episodes. I don't know how many episodes this is going to be. It's not, they don't have it displayed. Maybe it's 10. So, ooh, do we have they're sitting in a hot spring. I would get in that hot spring. Not just put my feet in it. Because you're going to sit in that grass and your butt's going to get all wet. And your butt's going to have dirt and mud on it and crap. And your feet might be warm, but your butt is muddy and cold. So you're really better off just stripping it, just getting down with it and getting in naked. That's what I would do.
It was very shallow. I wouldn't. But
can't Frieren make it bigger or something?
It looks good. They did change the animation style, update the models a little bit, I think. But I'm excited. How about you, Andrew? You're not a hater.
I haven't seen season 1. It's on my list.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen season 1.
Wow.
It's on my list. And sorry, that's a lie. I've seen the first 2 episodes, and then I got busy with life and other things, and then I just never went back to it. But I'll put it this way. I was just recently at a friend's dinner right before the end of the year, and he basically put this as his number 2 anime, or number 2/3 anime of all time. He's not a big anime watcher. His number 1 anime of all time is Code Geass, and he admits it's mostly for the nostalgia. But if it wasn't for that, he might have Free Run at his number 1 potentially. Just so you have an idea. And when someone says something like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should. He also had Gachiakuta pretty high. We'll see how that translates in the review itself on my opinions on it. So I'm definitely gonna probably end up watching season 1 this year, or this season, before either A, the review, or B, the impression. So depending on, I didn't check if I'm on that impressions episode. If I am, then I'm basically watching season 1 before that impression. And then people are probably wondering, why isn't this the number 1 pick? Well, the season that we had, and Andrew made a whole bunch of crazy picks, and somehow Andrew this season rolled the highest for some reason.
Before you do that, I just wanted to point out that
I'm not going to move on. I just want to point that out.
I want to point out that Mitsugi shits on AI constantly, and he's over here
Man, you're living in Delulu land, girl.
Streaming using ChatGPT. I have never used ChatGPT.
Oh my god! Listen, our lovely chat said that season 2 of Freyren was only 10 episodes. So I said, well, I don't really know. So I typed it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT says that it's 24 episodes broken into 2 cores, one starting now and one later in the year. Maybe that's true, maybe it isn't. But girl, you're in Delulu land. Don't you ever use Google? Every Google search you ever do now defaults to an AI answer every time. You're using AI all fucking day long, day and night. Unless you just don't Google anything ever. I Google shit all day.
I mean, I Google, but I never go to...
There you go.
I never go to the evil source of ChatGPT.
My lovely wife, it's the same thing. Are you insane?
Okay. It's not technically.
It's the same. It's the same.
Well, Gemini is a different system than
I
ChatGPT.
understand
a lot of
that.
other AI company uses. Anyway, long story short,
Pancake doesn't like the AI because it's killing all the world's water or whatever. That it's all the same AI. It's not anyway. Whatever. It's very different. AI is just an enhanced Google search at this point. Anyway, what is this anime, Andrew, that you picked number 1?
I picked a mystery anime called The Casebook of Arne. Essentially, it is a vampire detective.
Wow, this is your number 1 pick?
Wow,
Literally,
ballsy choice.
Look, I did the season was not very. There was no mecha that jumped out to me. There was no interesting fantasy that jumped out to me based off of the posters. And if you don't hit me with that poster first, I'm just gonna not be interested. And I glazed over some of these reviews. Hanakimi probably would have been my number 1 pick otherwise if I had caught that. But the poster, I'll admit, the poster on my aisle was not the most enticing poster. And I feel like I scanned through a lot. I scanned through this list. I scoured the names. Is not something I did this season because I just kind of looked boring, and I kind of just said all the shows I want to watch we'll talk about in a different way.
Yeah, I feel like this season is it might have some diamonds in the rough, but I feel like overall it's pretty in mid-season.
All right, so for me, the standouts of the season are Medalist. I guess for Aaron, I'm sure it'll be good. And then more surprisingly, Love Through a Prism and the Darwin Incident, I think are, to me, I'm really interested in and also the Sentence to Be a Hero. I think Sentence to Be a Hero, Darwin Incident, and Love Through a Prism are the 3 non-sequels that have a shot at being really good. So I'm excited about those 3.
I'm excited about Hanakimi too.
Hanakimi, okay. Yeah. Hello to you, Roy Takeda. Yeah, Andrew, which of these are you excited for?
So Hanakimi, if it is anything like the live action, I'm hoping that it will be great and I will likely enjoy it. It is a fun story with interesting deep moments, but also a lot of silliness to it. It's very like like Pancake said, sort of Ouran High coded, Ouran High School Host Club coded in a lot of ways, and it's from that same era. I think Wash It All Away might be a fun little Yashike type show, which I'm not really always into Yashike, but I don't know if I would consider it that, but it feels like that kind of type of show. I think Senses to be a Hero, I've heard a lot of good things about it, so we'll see if it has some interesting visual styling going on. When I watch it, I'll probably look forward to that. And last but not least, actually, no, I think I'll stop there. Plus, the ones you mentioned seem like they might be interesting, but that could also be like an interesting first episode and like a really terrible middle part.
I also want to say that we realized that there's some major season 3s this season. And we normally don't do season 3s because what happens is, well, people historically have gotten tired of hearing about the same shows, and then also some people will come on, they haven't seen the first 2 seasons, and then they can't really do a review. So those include Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 and Oshinoko Season 3. And I am pushing to have those just made into main topics where we can talk about the show that's the season like for the main topic, so we can cover those as well. So people who can do those.
Do we have any Oshinoko like fans?
I think at least Raggedy Doctor's seen it. Andrew, maybe you have.
I love that show.
Really? Okay.
See, there you go.
Oh, it's so much fun. I don't know how I feel about season 3 per se because of where they might be headed. But if it's as good as season 1 or 2, then it's going to be another really good season. And then JJK is just like really fun, interesting shonen. So I'm curious to see where they go with it.
Yeah, and we'll be doing and there's other shows too in the future that where this will happen. Like I'm sure we'll do Soul Leveling Season 3. We'll end up covering that too. So we'll find a way to cover these shows. They weren't on the list, but we acknowledge that, and we'll find a way to cover them. Pancake, would you like to read the in-show trivia question?
Sure. In Gachiakuta, what does Injin's name mean?
Wow, that was quick.
It's a short question.
All right. We'll be back in a minute with the answer to that. We're also going to be doing a review on Gachiakuta just after the news break, so don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, Mitsugi is back in the saddle here, bringing you your anime news break. Starting off, we have an anime that's coming back after quite a long time. One of my personal faves from the 2000s, Lyrical Nanoha, is getting a new anime. Pretty surprising stuff here, but this is coming out of Anime News Network here in my anime list, confirming that Mahou Shoujo Lyrical Nanoha exceeds Gunblaze Vengeance is going to be getting a new anime season. This is going to be coming out in the summer of next year. It's going to be done by Studio 7 Arcs, and it's an original property here. There's no manga behind it. And the last time we had a Lyrical Nanoha, it was Vivid, which came out 10 years ago, and it was absolutely god-awful. And the last time we had a good Nanoha was probably A's, which came out all the way back in 2005. So don't know if this will be good or not. I'm tempering my expectations as a fan, but for now, you're getting more Lyrical Nanoha coming out in 2026. Next up, more manga being adapted into anime. The manga History is receiving a TV anime adaptation done by Studio Linden Films, who brought you Tokyo Revengers and Call of the Night and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's a story of Alexander the Great, which I think is a really interesting premise for an anime. It's going to have some absolutely epic battles and war in it, giving me some smacking of Vinland Saga slightly. So I think it's pretty neat to talk about. Looking forward to seeing this come out, and looks like the manga's got 4.7 million copies in print here. So we will have to see how this is going when it comes out. Next up, Kaguya-sama is getting a final movie. So the Kaguya-sama Love is War, Tensai Tachi no Renai Zono-sen, or Love is War, is going to be getting a final movie production that's going to be coming out here. Of course, it adapts Akasaka's romance comedy manga, which has 24 million copies in print and came out in 2015 back in Miracle Jump before switching to Young Jump in subsequent years. So obviously this has quite a lot of seasons of anime already. The first season came out in 2019, in the winter, and it's got several other seasons and a movie already in play. But if you're a fan of Kaguya-sama Love is War, you're going to be getting even more content from the property coming out here pretty soon. Lastly, we have quite a few voice actress and artists getting married and even getting divorced in the news this week. But one that stood out to me personally was Mayan, who did a lot of the music for Macross Frontier when that came out more than 10 years ago. I've also seen her live in concert, so you might know her. She did Triangle and a bunch of other songs from Macross Frontier. She is getting married to guitarist Takashi Nagasawa, so at least she's keeping the music in the family, and well, we'll have to wish her the best, and I guess her career is probably over because we all know what happens to idols once they get married. So this was Mitsuki, and this was your anime news break, and now time to get back to the podcast. Well, Anime Addicts, it's a new year here in anime land, but the same old problems persist for the podcast. We need funding to pay for all these outlandish IT expenses. So if you would like to help out the podcast, you're going to get all kinds of extra stuff from us. We do put in more effort than most to give you a lot of bang for your buck. So for only a handful of dollars, like a Starbucks coffee a month, you're going to get 8 exclusive podcast episodes. You're also going to get at least 2 hentai episodes, which I'm not aware that very many of any other podcasts do. So you'll be able to hear us talk about hentai and even have interviews where we talk about some naughty stuff that happens in Japan. And of course, on the Hobby Addicts, it's a lot of video game talk, so you can hear us talk about video games, as we know for a fact that most of you listening also play video games. So if you want to help out the podcast this 2026, you can head over to our Patreon page, or you can even head to our website, AAAPodcast.com, and you can help us out with a small monthly donation, I guess, and that will get you access to all this content. And of course, you'll be helping the podcast continue to roll along as well. Again, that's over at our Patreon page or on our website, AAAPodcast.com. That's right, baby. Yeah. I just noticed that season 3 of MF Ghost comes out this season. I'll probably watch that.
Did we watch season 2?
I watched it while I was at Hotworks. Yeah. It's fine. It's just nowhere near as good as Initial D. So you can't catch... No one can capture the Initial D lightning in a bottle twice in 2 different shows. It's just too hard. So... All right, we had an intro trivia question when we left you... In Gachiakuta, what does Engin's name mean?
Person who connects others.
It's kind of lame. I was thinking it could just mean engine. Like, that sounds cooler. What do you think? No? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to skip the mailbags today in the interest of time, and we're going to move straight to our review of Gachiakuta. So let's go ahead and get into that. Bringing up the page here. Gachiakuta. Well, Pancake, would you like to take it? Or I can do it. It's in pink here, but done by Studio Bones Film. Studio Bones Film. They haven't done much.
Yeah, it's not Studio Bones. They've done the My Hero Vigilantes, and they did the final season of My Hero, and I think they did a few of the random movie stuff. So it's not Bones itself, but I think it's like a subsidiary studio.
Gotcha. So Gachiakuta is, without reading the synopsis off of my anime list, because
we have a truncated synopsis on our notes.
Oh, this is the Crunchyroll synopsis.
Yeah.
In a floating city where the rich discard their waste, kind of sounds like Final Fantasy VII. And people. Rudo is framed for murder and thrown into the pit, where a hellscape of mutated trash beasts dwell. To survive, he must wield a new weapon and join the rogue cleaners. Boy, it does smell of Final Fantasy VII a bit, doesn't it, off that synopsis?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So what are you tapping my arm about?
You just have the wrong screen up.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is based on a manga, and we watched it on Crunchyroll. So we watched the dub until the dub ran out, and then we watched the sub, and I thought the dub was pretty good. What did you watch, Andrew? Did you watch the sub or the dub?
I watched the sub, and I caught parts, and then I was just curious about parts of the dub. So I jumped in to see how some characters sounded, and I thought the dub overall came off pretty well.
Okay. And what did you think of the dub, Pancake? Did you like it?
Yeah, we watched a little bit of the sub because I remember we impressed on the sub, and then we watched mostly dub. And I think both were really good. There were some characters I think that were more annoying in dub than sub, but I think that happens a lot.
So, all right. Well, in that case, Andrew, what were you? What did you expect when you were watching Gachiakuta before you watched it?
So I watched the impression. I did the impression, and I just remember not being that impressed by it. I thought it looked interesting in terms of like stylistic choices, but the story didn't seem to grab me. It was just like it looked okay, right, for the 2 episodes that we did get, which was essentially a setup episode and then a battle episode, right? And I was like, okay, well, interesting, but I don't know if I really care about the premise of, trash and all that stuff. I'm more of like a Zanka person where I'm like, ugh. So yeah. I was just like, people seemed into it. I did not seem into it, but I was like, whatever. And obviously it's my week to be on the podcast, so I have no choice but to give it a shot. And yeah, that was my impression.
Pancake, what about you?
I believe I did the impression, or at least watched it. I can't remember if I was on the episode for the impression or not. But people were glazing it pretty hard.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought it was fine the first few episodes, but it was nothing that was like insane. But I was willing to give it a shot to see what the hype was about. And I believe that this mangaka worked with, it's either Fujimoto or, somebody else. Can't remember. I think it was Fujimoto.
Mm-hmm. The original creator, Hideyoshi Ando, who,
I might be wrong, but I think somebody told me that. So yeah. I don't know.
For me, I'd already seen quite a bit of this. I thought the first episode of this anime was really good. I really enjoyed the setup, and the very first episode they go through the whole process of tossing him into the pit and all this, and it's very intense when it happens. And then he, hits the ground, and there's like all these giant monsters, and then it just cuts, and that's the end, pretty much, of the first episode. Or maybe it was the second episode when that happens, but either way, it was a very awesome way to end it was a great cliffhanger. It's like, wow, we were up above, now we're down below in the trash, and it just was, I don't know, pretty awesome. So I was looking forward to seeing where it went, and we're gonna find out here in a second. So Andrew, would you recommend Gachiakuta to the fans?
If you're into shonen anime, then yeah, it's a pretty basic shonen for the most part. It does a lot of the same things a lot of other shonens do, and it has a fun style to it. I would recommend it in that regard. It's like a tepid recommendation. I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, you definitely need to watch this, but it's not a bad watch. And I know I'm saying it very like laissez-faire, or however people want to say it. But it's not a bad show. I think it's pretty decent at what it does. It has some interesting aesthetic and stylistic choices. and the fights are pretty decent, and the concept is novel to some extent. So yeah, I would recommend it.
Pancake.
Mirroring what Andrew said, I would recommend it to anybody that's really into shonen. I believe that Raggedy Doctor is really into the show. So people along that vein will enjoy it and enjoy the different art style that is offered. But like I said, it right now, it's nothing new and crazy. I don't think it's just your typical shonen.
I like this show pretty well. I have some thoughts here that I'll share before we get to the spoilers section. I think this show is recommendable to fans of shonen very much. I think that it's pretty above average for a shonen. I think the characters are quite good. I like Ruto a lot, and I liked Amo a lot too. I think she was probably one of the more annoying characters in English, but
I really liked Zonka. I think Zonka was my favorite character. I wish we got more Zonka.
I mean, Zonka is basically just Yamcha. He just gets his ass.
No.
He gets his ass pounded every episode, every
What?
fight.
Actually, I can see it.
Zonka, he literally should have died in this show.
He is the Yamcha of the group, basically.
Yeah, or the Vegeta who loses every fight that matters.
I see more Vegeta than I do Yamcha.
I think the character designs in this are a little Soul Eater like. The characters come off a little more Saturday morning cartoon-esque, but I think the designs are at least somewhat interesting. I mean, they're not
fresh.
They're fresh. They're not. It's not like I'm thinking, oh, I've seen this before. Or these characters look just like they did in so and so. I'd say they're somewhere between like Soul Eater and Demon Slayer. I think you said that, Pancake.
Yeah.
That was your observation. I think that this show does a good job of capturing intensity. I love how they do all the crazy faces in this with all the dark lines, and the way when someone's like getting ready to go off, like they just like have a very specific way of drawing the faces, and you're just like, oh fuck, like you know it's coming. They also have some pretty cool power-ups animations, and obviously Jabber is the best character in the show. I mean, this fucking guy, the guy with the claws, who's
Freddy?
fucking crazy, dude. He's just nuts. I mean, he is a crazy mofo. And yeah, this face pretty much summarizes Jabber.
Yeah, it's very Demon Slayer to me, the
Yeah.
faces.
Yeah, I like Jabber a lot. He's fucking nuts. We'll talk some more about the narrative and about whether or not this show has balls later on.
I don't like how some of the silly bits went on.
Like what? Can you give an example?
Like the car scene towards the end.
Yeah.
I felt like that was too long and too goofy for how goofy it was being.
You just think it didn't fit?
Didn't really fit super well.
I see.
So some of the comedy that they throw in just is too long, so it doesn't fit properly.
What do you think, Andrew?
The
Do you agree
comedy
with
is
that?
very hit or miss. I can see how some bits go on for too long. I think sometimes when the comedy is injected, it works, and sometimes it just seems like excessive for no reason. But not like overly excessive, you know? It's not like they're always trying to be like, yeah, let's go, blah, 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 you know, kind of craziness. It's just kind of like, okay, I get the joke, but also that seemed like a pointless place to put a joke in. For the most part, I think, yeah, there is definitely some pacing issues I have with the show a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think the comedy falls into part of that whole overall pacing issue. But I also, when I think about pacing, I think about sort of the pacing of the story arcs we get throughout the story without any spoilers, right? Like from the first from the first episode to the second episode to the first real arc, and then the next arc right after that. It does flow into one another, but it feels like the pacing itself just didn't really lend itself to flowing into it that way.
I think this anime got started off pretty quickly with the narrative. Like they were clipping along pretty fast in the first 2 episodes, and then in the normal shonen way, I think it got bogged down. Particularly when they there's a point in the show, maybe halfway through, where they go out into the waste and they are, there's a bunch of these hero characters because they know that what they're going to be dealing with is dangerous, so they bring the whole group. And then before you know it, they're paired off one-on-one against like another group of villains, and it's very much like, okay, here's a duel, and then here's a duel, and then here's a duel, and then here's a duel, and like they jump back and forth between the scenes, but that just takes forever. Like you're talking about a 5-6 episode marathon of 1v1s, which is very shonen. Like that's just how they. And so like the narrative definitely.
I put it this way. Do you remember the first seasons of Bleach?
I have not watched Bleach.
Oh, okay. So essentially, one of the things I always thought of, I use like Bleach as a pretty good understanding of, is a pretty actually good representation of how I feel about this show in a lot of ways. Bleach goes into the Soul Society arc, which is like their major, basically fighting arc, I think too quickly. Where you meet a whole bunch of interesting characters in like the first season, which is like the first 13 or so episodes, and then they basically put them into like a world-ending cataclysm in like the next bunch of episodes onward. It's not exactly the same here, but it's the same thing where I think a lot of people say, I really enjoyed that first part of Bleach, and I wish they had done that for just another 13 episodes before they go into this arc, because there's a lot of interesting character dynamics that kind of gets brought up that don't get explored to the way that you would like in the next arc. And I think this is what a lot of what this show does, is like I think there's a lot of interesting character dynamics that are set up in the first arc that they kind of move into the next arc really quickly, and they don't really delve into it. And I'll bring it up in spoilers, which will lead to one of the issues I had with the main character, and I think part of why the pacing feels a little bit off as well with the main character as well.
All right. I think I'm happy to go to spoilers. I will say that I think this anime is going to be extremely long. I have no basis for that other than just the way that it's flowing. At the pace this anime is going, to get a whole story out of it, you're going to have 100 episodes probably. I mean, that's just reality. I think that they covered about as much in the first 4 episodes as they did in the following 20 as far as story goes. And that's just shonen, but like, it's taking its fucking time.
I definitely did struggle with the beginning because it was just like all of the conversations were around the world and trying to world build and like how Ruto's powers worked, and that got kind of sluggish for me. So once they actually moved on and started doing other things, it brought me back into it.
Let's see how many chapters of this manga there are. So that'll probably give us a good idea. I saw somewhere it said 160. So we're up to somewhere close to 160, I think, of Gachiakuta. So that's certainly enough to do quite a bit more anime. So you're probably not going to have to wait long for the next season. You guys want spoilers?
Yeah, sounds good. We can go into spoilers.
Oh my god!
All right. I want to say that I really enjoyed some of these duels that they did in this anime. And I particularly like Jabber as a character. He's just fucking crazy. He just like says the craziest shit and just laughs and goes nuts. But this anime, unfortunately, just doesn't have balls. I wish it did. I'd like to hear your guys' take on it, but there's a shot in episode, I don't know, in the middle somewhere, where Jabber's dragging Zonka by his leg to just like to carry him off to feed him to the trash beasts because the duel was over and Jabber won. And I'm thinking, wow. And then it kind of it's a shot of him dragging Zonka into the shadows, and then the scene cuts, and I'm like, wow. They just straight off took out that character.
No, they told him that he wasn't dead. They told you multiple times he wasn't dead. He was poisoned and he was tripping.
He said that I'm going to feed you.
And when you wake up, you're going to be real sick.
I don't know why this is such a point for you. Jabber is dragging him by his leg in the second fight and says, "I'm feeding your ass to the trash beasts because I told the boss that's what I would do." And then he gets shot in the leg and it never happens. But when they cut away in that scene, my thinking is that's it. Zonka's going to die. And then ultimately he doesn't. And after all this fighting, all throughout the whole season, not a single person dies. I was just like, okay, sure. So I kind of thought it would be a lot. It would have more teeth if they just offed one of these characters.
Well, do you think Amo's dead?
No, definitely not. There's no fucking way.
I mean, no, they show her in the intro. She's tied
Yeah.
up. Also, actually, they show her at the end of the show.
Was it like an after credit scene or something?
Yeah, it was the last post-credit scene of the last episode. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. I fell asleep.
Chat literally says they showed the life leaving Zonka's eyes. Like, he was fucking dead. They should have just cut him in half and moved on. And then in the next fight, you go, ooh, maybe they'll kill Engine next. And you just don't know. But now that they haven't killed, but now that Zonka's not dead, I personally don't believe anybody will ever die in the show.
No, I think they will. I think it's more common in shonen now for characters to die. I feel like that's like a common thing. Characters dying in anime is kind of like a staple at this point.
In real life, in a sword fight, the fight lasts like 3 seconds and someone dies. You know, when you're doing all this stuff to each other and, you know, someone's going to die. It's incredible that no one does. So, if you light enough firecrackers in your hand, eventually one will blow your hand off. Does it bother you guys? Did you want him to die there? I did.
No, I think it was too early for him. He's
all right.
Like, Engine is likely to die, but later on as the senpai character. Zonka is sort of your, like, quote unquote Sasuke to Rudo's Naruto, quote unquote. It's weird. It's not a 1-to-1. So he's gonna stick around for a bit.
Rudo and Zonka are gonna make each other grow as characters, is what's gonna happen.
Essentially, yeah.
But okay, all right. I don't have a problem with any of that. I'm not as insightful. I don't really think about these things to make a prediction or anything like that. But do you guys feel like it's a negative that you've already got it all figured out? Like, it's so formulaic that's just what's going to happen. Doesn't that kind of make it boring?
No.
No. Okay.
No, not
really. I think what's boring currently is, so what I'm looking for in a shonen show is some really good action and some really interesting world building concepts. When the show is doing the world building, I think I do have some more enjoyment of it, and the action is interesting more often than it isn't. Knowing what's going to happen is fine, because, like, what is it? There's like 7 stories that are basically that exist really, and they're all we're telling are just variations on it.
Yeah.
So in this particular case, it's not problematic. I'm curious to see what they do with it, how they continue, and how they evolve the characters. That's where I'm more interested in. And I say more interested in. I don't know. I mean, season 2 was announced. I'll probably watch it. We'll probably end up watching it for the podcast. I won't hate it. Like, it was a very tepid yes recommendation, because it is shonen by the numbers with a really nice coat of paint on it, and I think that works.
And see, after they finally got done talking about the world and actually living in it and like interacting with it, that was interesting to me. And then I really enjoyed the backstories of a lot of the characters a lot more than some of the other stuff in the show.
Some of the backstories were pretty good. Like Amos was
freaking
good.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean,
that one was fucked up.
That character is so fucking crazy.
Well,
why would they want her?
She's been through a lot.
Yeah, but she's fucking nuts. Like, she's gonna kill you in your sleep, nuts, for no reason, because she hallucinated that you like did something. I mean, she's fucking crazy. Why? I mean, she's kind of cute, but like, why are you gonna go get Amo, who's gonna knife you and cut your wiener off, throw it out the car window while you're sleeping?
That's part of using the tool that she's using that we found out.
Wiener cutting?
No, losing your mind.
Indeed.
I understand.
No, the tool isn't why she lost her mind. by the way. I think that's a misunderstanding. I think so essentially there's this series, the
Watchmen.
We didn't really talk about the premise really, but essentially the characters can have this thing called a vital instrument, which is an item they've taken care of for a significant portion of time that is imbued with power effectively, and they all can do different things. And so what happens with Amo, and I think what's implied with Rudo and with the main antagonist Zodil, is that they are so profoundly damaged by their upbringing that they are essentially psychopathic in a way to some extent, right? And this is why these instruments, right, like these vital instruments, like the gloves, the coat, and the boots, which are part of this thing called the Watchmen series, and which you find is actually one of maybe 4 different series of what they call it, based off of the final episode. Mm-hmm. They seem to tap into this bottomless emptiness that comes from it. So I think Zodil said why vital instruments work is because these instruments complement a fulfilled person's, or someone who's somewhat fulfilled, or someone who has like a goal. And why the Watchmen series, which are these very powerful items, work for them is because they are so profoundly deeply missing something within them that the item is able to basically draw on, albeit almost infinite energy from them, which is why I think they're able to do the crazy things that they are able to do, because they are that profoundly damaged.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's the impression I got from that whole. Wow, I wasn't even paying that hard attention to this show. I'm not saying
maybe I just
anything.
missed it. No, maybe I just
just
misinterpreted Amo. But yeah.
She was recontextualized for that. That's why I did not like that arc, by the way. I thought it was really annoying for the most part.
Oh my god. The fight was so annoying.
Yeah. And when they were talking about the actual items themselves, that when Zodil was talking about the Watchmen series, that recontextualized her whole character. And obviously you find out when her backstory, because she was basically child sex trafficked, albeit all without saying that's what was happening. This is what's happening. And so
definitely, that's definitely what happened.
Yeah. And honestly, even though I'm tepid about this, I think the author has a very decent understanding of a lot of cultural things in a lot of ways. And it felt like they talked about it without talking about it. They felt like God damn it. It feels like she understands certain like things that I feel like a lot of Japanese mangaka don't normally. Like anybody else really, like a lot of other them writing about this sort of like child sex trafficking thing that happened would have done a way worse job about it.
Yeah, and I think the way that they approached it was good. They were heavy-handed, but not in. They weren't overtelling you that,
I mean, it was intense. Like, to me, this whole anime is just about intensity. Like, the attacks are fast and aggressive. The faces are aggressive. The backstories are fucked up and crazy. Like, there's really not a lot happening in this anime, to me at least, that isn't like balls to the wall. I mean, the fucking setting, like, for the whole second half of the season, they're literally inside of a giant trash beast. It looks like a cicada the size of New York, and it's flying inside of a tornado built out of trash above a desert. Like, what the fuck? Like, everything in this show is balls out. So Amo gets some crazy fucking backstory that's like way over the top and super intense and in your face, and she's losing her shit and she's ranting to herself about how she's gonna murder everybody or whatever. Like, it's all just part of this the tone of the anime to me. That's how I feel about it. And that's why Jabber's that's why he's fucking crazy. He's crazy as fuck too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ruro's fucking crazy. They're all nuts.
Yeah. They're all kind of crazy
in
their own little ways. Even I forget the names are crazy in the show.
Yeah, the names are hard to keep up with.
Which character are you talking about? There's Rudo, Engine,
the
Zonka.
old man with the prosthetic arm.
With the guns.
The arms.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up here.
Oh, what was his name? His name was Funky. It was like
There's a lot of characters in this. I'm looking for it.
Zodil Typhon.
That's
like
the
Zonka
leader.
has a normal name. No, that's the main guy. The Semiu Greer. I'm just looking at the names. Gita Hebi Fantasia.
Bundist Bagelkite.
Bundus Bagelkite.
Yeah, here he is. Bundus. Yeah.
Yeah. The character, yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. I'm curious to see where the Watchmen stuff goes and crossing the sphere and all of that, but
I mean, the big thing is like, what are they going to do when they get to the sphere?
yeah.
You know, are they
What's going to happen?
Are they going to take down the reactor?
Or are they going to find out things aren't what they seem?
This is definitely one of those shows where like it's going to be things aren't what they seem, and they're going to have a shot where like Rudo falls to his knees and he's going to have the black lines all over his face, and he's going to be in total despair because he finds out that his dad is in charge of all. Like some guy he loved that he thought was dead is actually causing all the misery in his life, or you know, or
To make him strong, to use the Watchmen stuff.
Or Zodil Typhon is his daddy. You know, something like that is going to happen, and pretty much. So
No, definitely not the last one, but
Yeah,
never
it's not
know.
the last one.
You never know. He's his
They
brother.
could be brothers.
one of the other things about the pacing, I think it's wild to me that essentially we get one fight scene with the main character for the most part,
Right?
and then it's like half the season before we get him using his powers really again in a combat.
I
And even-
agree.
And
I
I thought
felt
that
like-
was
No, go ahead.
yeah. No, it's because that's why I thought it feels very much like I brought up the Bleach comparison, where it's just okay. We should have developed this character and his powers a little bit more before we bring him to like basically a face to face with the final boss, quote unquote, immediately.
Well, and they talked
That's
so
where
much
I
about
come
how
from.
all of the powers and how everything works, and for us to not really see it. I feel like Zonka fought way more this season than any
Yep,
other
he did.
character.
It was just Zonka versus Jabber for half the season.
It was Zonka versus Jabber, and then the red-haired girl, what's her name? Rio versus the...
I love that character.
Rio.
Really?
Versus Lightning Girl.
I did not like the Lightning
Versus,
Girl. She reminded me too much of like a Marvel
Fake
character.
Storm.
Yeah. Fake Storm with hair.
Fake Storm, basically. Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. Like, Zonka already got his ass whooped by Jabber, like, pretty definitively.
Twice.
So did we really need to have the second Jabber fight with Zonka? They should have just killed Zonka. Then he wouldn't have had the second fight.
Yes, because it was important for Zonka's growth as a character.
Well, who really
in
cares,
the future? This is all set up for season 2, basically.
Yeah, this is... Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we just think differently about this. Like, I want them to kill a character early, so I wonder so then every fight is. Now I'm just going to assume the hero survives / wins every fight. I want someone to die so that I'm actually engaged in the fight. It makes it unpredictable.
Too early for a shonen series.
Yeah, it's
for
way
someone
too
to die.
early.
Well, okay, for a shonen series.
Also, somebody died in the first episode. What do you mean?
Yeah.
They murdered his father.
Oh, that
Figure
doesn't
His
it out.
adopted father.
He's not really dead, and yeah, he's definitely going to be alive.
I definitely didn't like the characters introduced right before the end. I didn't really care for Gita or the deer character. Those two are my least favorites.
Greer. You talking about the leader?
Gita,
Oh, Gita. I don't know. There's too many fucking
and
characters in this
the
anime.
binky deer.
Oh, Gita, the little, this girl right here, who looks stupid. And then you've got Binky Man. Where's Binky? Where's Binky person?
His name is Deer.
Oh, Dear Santa.
So fucking stupid.
No.
Yeah.
Was it Dear Santa? No, it was
Where the fuck is
Dear.
it? Oh, it's
Dear.
lovely.
These names are crazy. I do kind of enjoy that the names are ridiculous.
I can't even find him. There's so many damn characters in this anime.
I
It's
know.
like I can't even find him on this list. Where the hell is this?
Yeah, it
stupid
was
ass?
Dear Santa, Bro Santa, and Dear Santa. I was so annoyed. Actually, the character I was most annoyed by, because obviously he's a season 2 character, is Fu Oroster, the Weasley little guy who ended up paired up with Engine. He was like, hit me first.
Oh my gosh, they spent so much time on that too. Yeah. I don't want him.
That was bad. He's coming.
This kind of a character design makes me want to bash my head into a wall until I die. I mean, like, look at this fucking character. Who thought this was a good design?
The mangaka.
The mangaka thinks that having a 10-year-old with a binky in his mouth is good.
That's his vital instrument.
I don't care if it's his source of all. I don't give a fuck what it is.
I like to see what his teeth look like.
Give him some fucking shoes or something and call that his vital instrument. He could be really fast. Like, why does he have
but you have to have it for a long time for it to have power.
Okay, so make it something else. Why is it a binky? This is not the first time we've had an anime character that should not have a fucking pacifier in their mouth have a pacifier. I don't know. To me, this is like having the little girl character with the 700-pound giant hammer that she wouldn't be able to lift. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks stupid. Like, this is a dumb design. Maybe I'm all alone. You guys aren't talking. I don't know.
I mean, I just didn't
I had no issues with it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just I didn't like him. Like, his power was stupid to me, and their whole thing was dumb. More so than his binky.
I like the con. Actually, I think his binky is dumb. I think his power is actually pretty funny. Because I'm like, oh, okay. He does. He just hits things, and it was just really funny and stupid. Like, that was a good version, a moment of slapstick comedy that you see in shonen, where it's like, oh, basically he transfers kinetic energy to some extent, and the more he hits something, the stronger he gets, where he's basically punching holes through the thing. And I'm like, that is a pretty solid.
I mean,
I definitely don't want to play that. What's that game that guys play on the playground where they punch each other?
Rochambeau?
That's rock, paper, scissors.
No, Rochambeau is when you kick each other in the balls, so someone falls down.
Oh, okay. I thought that was rock, paper, scissors for some reason.
I thought that was also rock, paper, scissors.
Do you even watch South Park? Come on, no. Andrew. You didn't watch South Park. Well, Pancake does. She has no excuse.
There's a game where you like punch each other in the arm over and over again.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You don't want to play with that character.
No.
Yeah, no, definitely not against that one.
Or any of these characters for that matter. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I thought this show was fine. I enjoyed it. I watched it really quickly. It was bingeable. The openings and endings were. The ending theme is ass. Wow.
The second ending?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who is this band? They need to be arrested. Tomobishi Dusts. It's Ban by Kara Noah. Kara Noah, I'm sorry. We're coming for you. So, just want you to know that. Anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the OPs and EDs, but I did like the music throughout the show.
Yeah, I would agree. Pretty decent.
One of my favorite moments in the show was towards the end when Rudo got his giant gun, and he was explaining how normally his power can control 3 objects, but if he can use all 3 of them to control just a single object, it'll get a lot more powerful. And I thought that was pretty sweet. The dichotomy between like the super powered up, like intense moment of before he fires the gun, then he shoots it, then it kind of crumbles, and then you're left with nothing. And it's like truly an all or nothing effort there. And yeah, I think that was just probably one of the better examples of how this show really just like stomps on the gas pedal, for little spurts. And I thought that was really neat. So,
definitely.
You guys have any other comments? I don't have a whole lot more to say.
I don't have a whole lot more.
No, I think we can go into ratings, and I can start us off if you would like.
Sure, please do the honors.
Yeah, it was a solid show. Like, I'm not gonna say it did not excite me in any particular way, where I'm gonna be going out there and recommending it, but I can see why people enjoy it. I want to say I was told the black representation is pretty solid. Honestly, it's not offensive, which is pretty good for a Japanese person. And based off of the recent controversy with the live action stage play, where they basically, two of the actors are essentially doing blackface, and this was something that the mangaka herself said, don't do it. If you can't find somebody to do it, just don't do the blackface. And they still did it anyway. So she's definitely more socially aware, which is really interesting, and you can sort of see it. And I also like that they sounded non-offensively black in the dub as well, like the darker characters. These are very minor things you would think in the grand scheme, but it means a lot, especially when you come to anime and your characters are portrayed in a very specific way, especially black people. So I thought that was pretty cool. Overall, it's a pretty decent show. I don't think it goes outside of the grain of shonen in any particular crazy way. The OP and ED did not grab me, so I did end up skipping them a whole bunch, but they were still... I could see the vibe they were going for, and it very much fits the world stylism and aesthetics that they were showing. And at the end of the day, I think it's just like a pretty okay show. I would give it somewhere... God, I wish I could do 0.25, because it's like a solid 3.25. But I'll just give it a 3.
Pancake?
I liked the animation. I liked the character design. I liked the music throughout the show. Did not care for the OP and ED. I don't think this show did anything special as far as shonen narrative. The diversity of characters was interesting, and I did like that. But yeah, I think I'm with Andrew. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 trash piles.
I thought the show was good. I will watch season 2 when it comes out. I think that this anime has good fight scenes. I like the powers. I'm interested in some of the unanswered questions. I don't think anything's unique about the anime all that much. I mean, I don't even think going to the sphere to take on the rich people or whatever they're trying to do. That's not unique either. It's been done in RPGs like at least 6 times. But ultimately, I think this show is really, really quite good. The fact that I was able to watch all 24 episodes of it in really like 3 days without feeling like I was suffering, says a lot to my enjoyment level of it. Shonen be damned, they should have killed Zonka. I don't care about it. Not everybody needs to play by the rules. Whatever. I think the show would have got a higher score for me if they had just offed him, or maybe even take out 2 characters. They could have killed off one of those little kids too. I recall one of them was face down, like dead to the world at one point, and that towards the end, and they should have just let them die too. But I still liked it. I'm gonna give it 4. The 4th Watchman armor piece out of 5 that's probably going to pop up, or I guess he said there were 3, but let's be honest, it's probably going to be like 8 of them, and eventually Rudo will probably have all 8 of them. So 4 out of 5 for me. So as usual, I am the most gracious. Shower me with your love.
Oh my god.
Pandering to the audience, I see.
That's right.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what are we doing next week on the podcast? Let's take a look.
Anne Shirley. There's no topic
Anne
yet.
Shirley.
But
okay.
Anne Shirley.
All right. We're going to do Anne Shirley.
Who's our hosts with the mosts?
Who's on the podcast next week, Andrew? Do we have a full list yet?
I did not actually look at that part when I did the notes.
All right.
It is Caroline running the show next week.
So Caroline loves Anne Shirley, so she'll be talking about that.
Yes.
Aww.
So Caroline,
Indeed.
Emery, and Otaku should be on the episode.
Wow, it's going to be
That would be a positive episode.
positive crew.
It should definitely be one, yeah. They
All
better
right.
be.
Not like you haters.
Here come from my girl Anne. Okay. Canadian icon, bitch.
Represent.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do some hobby addicts now. I'm gonna reveal to you what a degenerate I am on PlayStation, and embarrass myself before my wife. We'll see you guys next week on the podcast. So we appreciate you all watching and listening, wherever you are, wherever you're from, whatever you're doing. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Laters.